Over these last days, or specifically on Tuesday with the story of the boy Krishna, it was like the closing of one of the links in our seemingly never-ending chain of stories. But of course, in that process of exploration, it was asking and answering the questions, what is it that's been continuous and unchanging in our life? And where are we when we arrive at a place and state where nothing is the same and everything is the same? And during our exploration, it was using mostly the Sufi stories, because from the experience of Sufism, the Sufi stories contain all of the divine psychology. They bring together the archetypes, the symbols, and the sacred numbers, as well as the essence of what it's all about. But we can ask ourselves, what now? What is the next link in the chain that might be opened in this ongoing storytelling that's been going on for so many years? And yesterday, Renee came to deliver a copy of the Connect magazine, and when opening the back page, it was found that the divine at play, which is what we've called ourselves, you might say, is listed under Zen. So we know that the Zen, you might say, is different to the other stories and the other ways, the Buddhism and the Sufis and the Christian and so forth, because to my experience, Zen cuts to the chase. It goes right to the core. And in thinking about it, we're looking back at when we first started the website, and up on our website is the caption, really: emptiness here, emptiness there, emptiness everywhere, but the infinite universe is forever before our eyes. So we can see that there has been something there, you could say from the very beginning, which we might say constitutes a thread, even though we certainly would not call the way of stories Zen. So there's been a story or an anecdote that's been waited to be told for some long while. And in order to get it right, I'm going to read it to you, because it's very important as we open a new link in our chain. It's the Buddha on consciousness. Lord, what is meant by the word the Dharma? Asked Ananda, the head disciple of the Buddha. The Buddha said, Ananda, the world is the collective whole of all things subject to change and dissolution. All dharmas are contained in the 18 realms, the 6 sense organs, the 6 sense objects, and the 6 sense consciousnesses. The 6 sense organs, as you know, are eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, body consciousness, and mind consciousness. The 6 sense objects are form, sound, smell, taste, touch, and objects of mind. The 6 sense consciousnesses are seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and perceiving. There are no dharmas apart from the 18 realms. All 18 realms are subject to birth and death, to change and dissolution. That is why I have said that the world is the collective whole of all things which possess the nature of change and dissolution. Ananda then asked, Lord, you have often said that all dharmas are empty. What is meant by that? And the Buddha said, Ananda, I have said that all dharmas are empty because all dharmas are without a separate self. None of the 6 sense organs, 6 sense objects, or 6 sense consciousnesses possess a separate, individual self. Ananda said, Lord, you have said that the 3 gates of liberation are emptiness, signlessness, and aimlessness. You have said that all dharmas are empty. Is it because all dharmas are subject to change and dissolution that they are also empty? Ananda, I have spoken often about emptiness and the contemplation on emptiness. The contemplation on emptiness is a wondrous meditation which can help people transcend suffering, birth and death. Ananda, full always means full of something, and empty always means empty of something. The words full and empty have no meaning on their own. There's a little more when Ananda asks the question, but in the coming days, this is what we're going to explore. We can endlessly examine and go into divine psychology about the workings of our psyche, the dimensions of existence and life. And now, when we can accept and acknowledge that emptiness exists and has always existed, we have the possibility to be able to bring them together, beginning with the recognition that there cannot be fullness without emptiness, and there cannot be emptiness without fullness. This is the summation of Zen, and this is the opening of the link in the chain that we might say brings what has seemed like a chain into a circle of completion. What is the question that arises for us out of this description of the 18 sections of what might be called mind and awareness, and in looking at them, how will it allow us to finally bring together what seems to be separate, the constant, the unchanging, our experiences of the loneliness, the tastes of emptiness that have been there in our life, and life in its ever-changing, constantly changing form. This will be my legacy, maybe the last link in this chain. Thank you.